Hello, everybody, and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is my podcast about knitting, family, and life in general. Anyways, today is May 3rd, and this is episode 280. I did not say that I do all my knitting and reading and things here in my home outside of Lima, Ohio, where I live with my, excuse me, sorry, my puppy had to announce that my father-in-law is getting the mail. Sorry. Anyways, and I live here with my handsome husband, his father, Ronald, my puppy dog, Ginger, my kitty cat, Heather, and my father-in-law's cat, Tommy. Anyways, you can find me online as Naturally Kim's Knitting on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress. Then Ravelry, I'm Napier's Knits, and then we have a podcast group called Naturally Kim's Knitting Podcast Group, and that's where you can enter giveaways, chat, whatever. I am also on Instagram as knittin_Kim. Let's see. What all's going on? Well, you know how I am an affiliate with Knit Picks and their sister company, Wheat Crochet, and with Michael's. Well, Knit Picks, in addition to having their 15, I'm going to adjust my camera. There we go. In addition to having their 15% off of undyed or bare yarn when you buy it in bulk, and their, I forget how much their needles are. Oh, 20% off of fixed needles, fixed circular needles. They are also, Knit Picks is also having a site-wide sale. It starts May 4th, which is tomorrow, and it runs through May 8th at 11:59 Pacific time. If you're interested in checking it out, I did just post a link onto my blogger site, ksnapier475.blogspot.com. And what you need to do is go over there, copy and paste the link, and it'll take you right there, and I get a couple pennies, which I can then turn around and give as gift cards to you lovely people. Excuse me, I just had a sandwich, and it's making me cough. Anyways, We Crochet has 20% off of all their books. And then the other company I'm an affiliate with is Michael's. I love Michael's. Oh. Michael's is having picture frames. If you buy one, you can get one for 50% off, and along with all their other bargains. They have cry cuts on sale. They have do-it-yourself Mother's Day gifts, which basically by the time you see this, it'd probably be too late to order and get it in time. But if you have a Michael's near you, I was trying to think what else I saw. They had beads. They had yarn. Lots of things on sale. I like Michael's. Anyways, if you're interested in taking advantage of any of these things, just go over to my blogger at ksnapier475.blogspot.com and cut and paste the link, and it will take you right there. And it helps me out. I mean, you can do it otherwise, but that doesn't help me out. My puppy's going to bark again, so just a moment. Now she's just going to hang around by me because I called her over here so she wouldn't bark at him. Anyways, we have a couple knit-alongs. And if you go over to Ravelry and go to Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group, and if you are a member of our group, then you can sign in to see about winning a prize. So our knit-alongs, for all of our knit-alongs, I offer 2 prizes, but there's like 3 different choices. You can have a choice between a Knit Picks gift card, $10 Knit Picks gift card, a $10 Michael's gift card, any giftable pattern up to $10. My hair looks really weird today. I'm sorry about that. um, we did just finish. I just had a drawing for two people out of our baby toddler knit along, and I have not heard from them yet. So they have until the 15th of May to reply. If they don't reply by that time, their prizes are forfeited. But I Now Hour and J Ladybug 671, I've not heard from you. So please get hold of me. So our craft alongs, I say knit alongs, but if you're new to this, I don't mean just knit alongs. Any of these things can be any craft that you can do. And we have one link thread that is all for finished objects for April and May. I close it June 1st and draw for it. I rolled my eyes because I don't remember if I sent out my emails yesterday or the day before, but I didn't even think about it being May 1st and what that meant for the group until I was partway through the day. Anyways, this one and our other one have the same requirements for entering. The other one that we're doing, I will tell it to you first. Items in blue and yellow. That's going to be for May and June. Okay, so I'll close that one July 1st. Now what I do for both of these, any entries that are in there, I then use random number generator because each entry has a number. There was somebody in the baby and toddler that put several items in one, and so I counted each item as one. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember if they won, if theirs was one of the entries, but I did notice that and I separated it. Anyways, for both of these craft alongs, each submission has to have a picture. And if there's a pattern name, please include that with it. Oh, I need to change that one. For the blue and yellow one, the items have to be made out of blue and yellow. Any shade. I'm just doing this to show my support for Ukraine. But you can use any blue, any yellow, but both colors need to be included. Like I said, I close this. I do need to update this. I close the finished object one. Any object finished between in April and May is included as long as you take a picture and include a pattern name if there is one. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, all winners are chosen. I hate to say winners, but that's what they are. They get a prize. Sorry. So each winner is drawn by random number generator. I generally send them a message on Ravelry. So check your inboxes in Ravelry. You are free to polydip. So if you finish a blue and yellow item, you can put it in the blue and yellow, and you can also put it in the finished object. You can enter it in any other knit along there is too, as long as you follow everybody's rules. I told you about the gift cards. I'm also doing something special because my friend Mila has, sorry, if my necklace, I felt like my necklaces were tangled. They're not. Mila from Mila's Knit Corner has been doing quite a bit to help with Ukraine. And then any money she makes from patterns she sells goes to help those from Ukraine. So now, until the war is over, each prize winner is also going to be given one Mila's Knit Corner pattern. So when you win, decide which pattern you're going to want. Okay? I put in my rules that you have 2 weeks from the date of announcement, but generally, sorry, I'm going to have a drink just a second. It's pomegranate blueberry. I generally give people until the 15th to reply. If they don't reply by the 15th, sorry, it just disappears. Isn't that something? Now, let's see. Um, if you happen to win a gift card, I would appreciate it if you go over to ksnapier475.blogspot.com. That's my Naturally Kim's knitting um, show notes on Blogger. I would appreciate if you went over there and copy and pasted. I am so sorry. Copy and pasted the link, and that helps me then invest the couple pennies I make back into gift cards. Okay, so what's on my needles? I'm sorry to say, my husband's been very busy. He needs to set up the ironing board for me, and so I've not, and that's what I use to block. And he's been so busy, he's not had time to do that yet. So my wicker work is still not done. It will be. I'm all ready for it to be. Like I said, I just need assistance from him to carry it into the kitchen where I do my blocking. So I can't show you that. However, I've made some more progress on my temperature afghan. I think when I take my picture for the end of the podcast, what I like to do now, I may have to set it on the floor. We will see. But I have now completed this through February 17th. So there's just a handful of rows there that I've done. I like when you change colors, like right there, it's very subtle. I went from grass to clear blue to turquoise, and I just love how that looks. It's going to really be different as I go along. But yeah, so that's my temperature afghan. And I just used the mistake stitch ribbing. It's not difficult to do. I could do this I can't do it while I exercise in my bouncy ball anymore. It's too big. But I could just sit here and watch TV or whatever, as long as it's not too warm, and work on it and not have to think about it twice now. And that's what I like. So, like I said, I'm not in any hurry to get this done, although I should be, because I'm thinking I'm going to make an afghan for Genevieve, Tobias, and then one for the new grandbaby for their first years of life. I just, not quite yet, but that'll be next. I can't say the next afghan. I didn't put that in there. Oh my goodness, just a minute, folks. I need to check something. Sorry, I just realized I wanted to put something else in my show notes, and I didn't do it earlier. So, anyway, so this is my temperature afghan. I'm very pleased with it. And this yarn is just so squishy soft. This is all out of, which I just saw they have this. They're advertising how it's one of their special yarns. Impeccable from Michaels. That's grass. I did not think I'd like that color, but in this afghan, I kind of do. So, I don't know grass, though. Unless it's new grass. Maybe that's what they should have called it, but they didn't ask my opinion, so you know. So, right now I'm working on turquoise. I think I'm on grass again next, which I will probably have to put an order into Michael's, because I will be needing more yarn before long. So, that's the temperature afghan. Now, I talked about these last week, and I set them down over here. Oh, there they are. About, I don't know if you, dropping things. I don't know if you remember this was so funny. When COVID started, Fiona, my friend from the UK, hello Fiona, I think she sent it in November of that year. She sent me a package. And she's done this before, and I love her for it. She sends me the most delicious yarns sometimes, and tells me to either use them as giveaways or keep them for myself. But this was something for me. And it didn't come until February of the next year. So I said, you know what? I'm putting it aside. And when this past Christmas came along, I was going to get it out, and that was going to be my Advent calendar. Bless her heart. Because I usually get a yarn related Advent calendar. And I had one. It just was shipped the year before, and it came. So I was able to use it for this year. Well, I decided, see, you know, if you make batches of socks for yourself, they all seem to wear out about the same time. And the most peculiar thing is I'm getting holes in my heels. I don't understand that. So, it's very hard to save those. So I'm wearing out socks. So I'm making myself some more socks. But don't worry, I'm also making for the soup kitchen. I'm going to start one. I had to wait till I got my needles free. And my long needle that I used to start it with, it is free now, so I could do that. But anyways, I am using the yarn from the Advent calendar that Fiona sent me. God bless you, Fiona. She didn't have to do that, but she did. Bless her heart. So this is one of them, and I love it. I love having crazy socks. And what I did was I put all the yarns into a big vase that I have, and so I just pull it out, make a ball, and then I divide it. I divide it into equal shares, make a ball, and so ta-da! That's this one. Oh no! I don't want to start the heel over. This one I dropped a lot of stitches on. I bet you I'm going to have to do this heel over. Darn. Just, I don't like it when I'm doing heels to take them back to bed with me. If it's straight knitting, I'm okay. But I took these back with me. I lost a handful of stitches. I've got to see if I can figure out where I was. Anyways, I started the heel on this one. And I like how this is working out. I'm so thrilled with it. Fiona, like I've said, God bless you. So, yeah. So that's when I mentioned my Fiona Advent socks last week. This is what I was talking about. I can't figure out. I have a tail here, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. Okay. Now, as many of you know, and I am allowed to say this, I better be, because my daughter-in-law and son had their pictures taken for Easter, and my in-laws that posted it on Facebook. So, my daughter-in-law is pregnant, and they're due September 6th. They don't know the sex. As far as last I heard, they don't care to know the sex. They want to be surprised. Perfectly fine. I never knew this. I may have known the sex of Ian, but that was only because we went through all these tests, because I had lost my son before Ian. And my husband, we had a beautiful, beautiful daughter, Molly. We still have her. And she's given me 2 grandkids. And then we have Lee, who's in heaven. And so because I got pregnant so soon afterwards, and because of what happened with Lee, they did all kinds of tests and everything. So my husband and I turned to each other and said, let's find out if it's a boy or a girl. So I did find out for Ian. So I did know he was a little boy. After being pregnant with both of them, though, with a girl and a boy, I could kind of tell by the way I was carrying them. So anyways, so for my new grandchild, I decided to take one of Mila Knit Quarters patterns, and I'm making the honeybee baby Afghan. And I love this. However, that yarn is coming there. That's more. No, it's still coming across blue. It is purple, believe it or not. It looked blue. Maybe it'll come across okay. But it's, I'll let you know next week. I don't know why I didn't put the information about the yarn there. I used this yarn for a top for myself, and I had so much left. I don't know how I did that, but I had so much left. So I thought this would be perfect. It's purple, my color, but purple's good for boy or girls. So there we go. Now, I did finish something, just as I said last week after the podcast. I, I knit while I bounce on my bouncy ball. And I said, I'm finishing this sock. I'm sorry, I do not like this yarn. I have to make sure I don't have any more in my stash because I really was not crazy about it. I think it was Bernat Heart and Soul. I'm thinking that's what it was. I know Linda told me I should have gone back through her comments that she made on YouTube. But I don't care for it. They don't make it anymore. But I'm hoping I don't have any in my stash. They worked out nice. But let me tell you, this yarn splits so easily. And I'm not going to rub that against my cheek and enjoy it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. Whoever gets it will appreciate having warmth on their feet. And hopefully it'll be more comfortable to them than it was to my hands while I was knitting it. I don't know. I don't think I've ever complained about a yarn as much as I have this one. Anyways, that's it for what's on my needle. My finished object. It seems weird because I had Advent socks for so long that I had to show you guys, and now I may not have a finished object every week. That would be so weird. Anyways, it's so funny. In my gabbing time, I always give myself little things so I don't forget them. I woke up this morning and it was a dreary, rainy day. I wake up probably about 8. I have my alarm go off at 8, and I generally, unless it's a day I volunteer at the church, I generally get up at that time, take my dog out, and come back in. And, either today I went back to sleep. But usually I get up to start my day. If I'm tutoring, I need to get everything ready. So anyways, got up this morning. It was pouring. Tried to get the puppy to go out. She went out. She looked at me. She ran back in. I said, well, okay, but, I went ahead and I fed her, and I went back to bed, I fed her and Heather. Anyways, came back out at 10:30. That's, came out to start my day at 10:30. Took her outside, and it was still pouring. I said, you have to go to the bathroom. I said, this is so weird, because last week, at this time, I was still praying that whatever was going on with her would work itself through so that, she wouldn't have to go to the bathroom all the time. Well, today I'm sitting there going, she hasn't gone since right before bedtime last night. So took her out. She did go. She came back in. She gave me this look. I said, I'm sorry, sweetie, but, we both got drenched, so. Anyways, talking about my puppy's bathroom habits. Oh, my goodness. She knew what I was saying. She'd be so embarrassed. Anyway, so it was a rainy day. It still kind of is, but the sun is trying to shine. And it's so funny because I love going out and walking around my yard. You've seen pictures of my flowers and everything. Well, my jonquil, no. I have some daffodils that are late bloomers out in my big garden. And I think I had snowdrops. I never knew I had snowdrops outside of this window. And they bloomed late. And I'm thinking, it must be because they're in the shade so much. Because the person who lived here before, Joe and Geneva, planted them in amongst the ferns, which don't come up until the snowdrops were done. So my snowdrops are finishing up, but otherwise I only have the one little patch of daffodils out there. My peach tree over here, it's still got a few blooms on it, but not many. The other peach tree is done blooming. Now the apple tree, let's see, my one that struggles and struggles and struggles I think we're going to trim it back this year because it has a lot of dead on it. The deers always love that apple tree, and we've got it fenced now so that they can't get to it easily. But yeah, it's been nibbled on for so many years it doesn't know what to do. So this year, if it gets any blossoms, I'm going to pinch them off because I don't. I want it to work on strength and getting new growth and all that. Then we have a lodi that I just got this year. It actually has a bud on it for flowers, and I'm thinking, nope, we just planted you this year. I'm not going to let you bloom either. I'm sorry. I love my trees, but I want them to get strong. But then Joe had planted one before out there too, and it's I'm going to let it bloom. It's got a couple. My pear tree's finishing up. My pecan tree. Um, we have one that's like 4 or 5 years old, and then we have another one that's 3. Have we been here 3 years? However many years we've been here, that's how old it is. But it was a 2-year rootstock when we planted it. So it should be ready next year to blossom. And you need 2 pecan trees in order to get pecans. They are cross pollinators. So we're waiting for it because our other pecan tree was beautiful this year. Oh, it was just so gorgeous. So yeah. But I have peonies and I have roses that are they're growing, and you can just tell it won't be long till they're growing. But then I'll have daisies and all kinds of things. I think we're going to plant all the things we bought at the greenhouse this weekend. We usually do our buying on Mother's Day weekend. But last year and the year before, everything was so picked over by then. People are getting, the itch to be gardening. I had it too, but I've not had nice enough weather to go out very long. I've gone out and weeded my strawberry patch a little bit, but it's so big I can't get it all in one sitting. So I'm looking forward to it this year. Last year I wasn't allowed to be out for more than like 15 minutes at a time. As long as I watch it, I could be out a little bit longer. Plus my oncologist told me that I told her how gardening helps my fingers because it keeps them moving. They get in that nice warm soil, and it just feels good. And so she told me, well, that's great. Then you do that. And she had a pill that she needs me to take every day once I do that. So I started the pill because I was thinking I was going to go out there every day. It's just something to help keep cancer cells kind of at bay. So anyways, now I had one reply last week to my Mila's Knit Corner giveaway. Mila sent me this beautiful yarn, and I would like to offer it to you guys first. And to go with it, pick one pattern from Mila's Knit Corner that you would like to knit, either with it or with another yarn. So, what I want you to do, I didn't give you a deadline, so it was on me. But before next Tuesday, if you are interested in this yarn and one of her patterns, then I want you to go into the show notes, either on YouTube, Blogger, WordPress, Ravelry, anywhere, and put down which yarn you would like and then which pattern you would like. Okay? That's by next Tuesday. So do it before then. Because I have 4 skeins, wrong bag, of this see, it looks more blue than purple. This is purple. She gave me 2 purples. But this is Knitology. It almost looks like a plum. They call it beta. Looks like the beta goldfish, but And it's a 40% superwash merino, 30% silk, 10% alpaca. It is a worsted weight. There's 150 yards or 137 meters in each one, 100 grams. Like I said, I have 4 of them. One of them is, I didn't put it back in the knot, and I need to. It came out of the little twist, so I need to put it back in. So, 4 of these, and pick a pattern. And then I'll do random number generator. Then, this is a double knit. But love purple, and I love sparkles. Look at this. Oh, you can't see the true colors. I was hoping to get. Oh, there you go. I just had to get it up super, super close. It's actually a shade or two darker than that. But this is Euro yarn, sugared sports. I'm sorry, sports. It'd make a pretty shawl. It'd also make good socks. It's, yes, because it's 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 10% stellina. The colorway is lapis. It's a sports weight, 300 yards or 274 meters, 100 grams. Both these yarns were made for Knit Crate, but oh, I wish you could see the true color. It's a little, it's almost a grape. Me and my purples. I know my purples, can I say? And I have two skeins. I'm sorry, you can put both these up to my cheek. I love them both. But, so if you're interested, you could put down that you would either like the sports weight or you would like the worsted weight. Okay, they're both purples. The sports weight has the stellina in it. And then put down which pattern you would want. At first I said which pattern you would use to make these. I want you to choose any pattern that you want from Mila's Knit Corner. Okay? If I don't have responses by next week, I'll just have to find a use for them. Anyways, Mila is a sweetheart. I love her dearly. And like I said, she was from Ukraine. And she has been fighting the fight from her home, volunteering online. And she's a sweetheart. Anyways, I think, oh my goodness, I've been talking a half hour. It's amazing when I don't think I have much to say, how much I can go on and on. I will try to keep the pictures to a minimum. I realized my intro got so long last week, and so did my ending. I want to show you a still of my objects that I'm making, and possibly the yarn. But otherwise, my introduction, if you notice, I'm not going to make them as long as I have been. I don't have any new pictures of the grandkids, for one thing. So, anyways, I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I always feel like we're visiting, but I probably do this when I visit. I just chatter, chatter, chatter. Anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope all your craftiness is successful, and I hope you don't make any mistakes, but if you do, I hope they're little ones that are easy to fix. Love you all. Big, big hugs. Take care. God bless. And if you like this, please push like down below. And if you're not a subscriber, please push subscribe. I appreciate that. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.